So I know that there's kind of this conversation about territory and territorial rights, and I'm learning, more about that. But when I think about land, for example, I think about there's a lot of people in my life, activists and community members, family members who are really connected to the land, right, and feel like because of their heritage, because of their ancestors, like they have to be a part of Texas, California, Nevada, New Mexico, and there's this real strong connection, which I recognize and I honor, but at the same time for me, it feels restrictive. It feels, in some ways, like colonizing, right? Because even though like they're indigenous to the land, they don't I feel like as human spirits, as living spirits, we have the right to move throughout the globe, right? And we should have the right to move throughout the globe, but of course we're not given that right. And so for me, I rarely have looked at or connected to a territory or geographic location in terms of like I must be there. So even though I'm in the Southwest and I learn and kind of inherit like the richness of it, I also feel open to moving across the land, right? And moving to the East Coast, moving maybe to the southern areas, to the northern areas. I'm not opposed to moving. I think too many people stay rooted in their land, and again, like that's where they gain, their source of life in some cases. And so I honor that. But for me, I feel more like a migrant person, right? I feel after I've been in one area for a while, I feel like there's something else calling me in a different part of the land. That's something that I can learn from, something that is rich and that I've never experienced. And so I look forward to that. I like the fact that I went to school in the East Coast, that I grew up in Texas, that I, have had the opportunity to live in California and Nevada, but I don't feel connected, or bound to any one of these geographical locations. I know that anywhere that I go, I can build community. I can learn from that community. And this is something that I've learned from moving away and not being afraid just because there's different weather, just because the community is different, just because the food is different. Like those are my limitations. For me, it's always an amazing thing to encounter a people and see how they survive, see how they resist, and see how they thrive. And so I hope that the rest of my life, not only will I be able to travel this nation, but travel the world and gain from people's understanding of their land and their locations. But I also don't expect that I'll be connected for life to any one of those locations.